वेलकम दोस्तों टू अनदर वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग वीडियो। आज का वीडियो कोई अनबॉक्सिंग या असेंबली नहीं है। टुडे इज अ वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग वीडियो फॉर ऑल दोस पीपल हु ऑलरेडी हैव अ टेलीस्कोप, who already have a manual telescope and they wish to convert their telescope into an automatic go-to telescope like the one I have set up over here. मेरे सामने है Celestron Astromaster 130 जो मैंने Skywatcher के go-to mount के ऊपर माउंट किया है। I will be talking about the Sky-Watcher AZ-GTI Mount. This is a multi-purpose ultra-azimuth mount. It has a 5 kilo payload capacity. This is a Sky-Watcher AZ-GTI GoTo Mount, the SynScan GoTo Mount telescope. It has an object database of 42,900 plus objects in the sky, which is a lot of objects. आप ये 42,900 ऑब्जेक्ट्स देख देख के थक जाओगे, पर आपका ये ऑब्जेक्ट डेटाबेस खत्म नहीं होगा। This Skywatcher GoTo Mount is controlled with a SynScan Pro mobile application that is designed for both Android and iPhone users. Now, let me take you step by step as to how you can buy this GoTo Mount and what kind of telescope you can mount on this. Remember, इसका payload capacity मैंने पहले बोला 5 kilos है. So whichever telescope you have, whatever OTA you have, OTA means optical tube assembly. The weight of the optical tube assembly cannot, under any circumstances, exceed 5 kilos. Let's begin. The Skywatcher AZ-GTI Mount comes in such a small box. Box के अंदर से उसका AZ-GTI Mount निकलेगा और उसका कैमरा शटर रिलीज का एक केबल और उसका साथ में मैनुअल। साथ में आपको लेना पड़ेगा एक ट्राइपॉड, Skywatcher का small and compact, lightweight, portable tripod, which is completely height adjustable. You will require a Skywatcher AZ pier. Pier का क्या काम आएगा? जब आप tripod को पूरा setup करोगे तो in order for you to increase the height of the telescope above the tripod's legs, you will need that pier. Pier के साथ, if you want to do professional astrophotography with your GoTo mount, then you will require an EQ latitude base. You can connect all kinds of telescopes which are less than 5 kilos in weight to the Skywatcher AZ-GT mount, either with the EQ latitude base or without the EQ latitude base. The EQ latitude base is only designed for professional astrophotography. If you want to use your telescope on a GoTo mount for visual astronomy, then you will not require this particular part. Now, let us unbox this video and let me explain the entire setup from scratch to finish and explain to you how this GoTo mount functions. Let's begin. The simple box. You have these manuals over here. You have the shutter release cable and you have the GoTo mount. When you buy the GoTo mount के साथ आपको tripod और ये सब चीजें नहीं आती है। आपको अगर ये GoTo mount अलग-अलग telescope के साथ use करना है, and if you want to use the EQ latitude base, you will have to buy the counterweight separately. You will have to buy the counterweight shaft separately. You will have to buy the tripod separately. Now, let's start with the tripod. Tripod को खोल देते हैं. Turn this knob, it expands. इसको lock करिए. इसको भी खोलिए. Lock. खोलिए. Lock. इसका accessories का tray आता है. Just put it on the top and slide fit. That's all. अब आते हैं इसके Skywatcher AZ pier पे. Let's cut it open. ये आपका AZ पियर। ये पियर का टॉप पार्ट अपने को खोलना पड़ेगा। यहाँ पे साइड पे 3 स्क्रूज है। अनलॉक द स्क्रूज एंड रिमूव द पियर हेड। अंदर से निकलेगा एक स्क्रू स्काई वॉचर ने स्क्रू इसके अंदर ही डाला है टू सेव स्पेस इन द बॉक्स. नाउ टेक योर हेड अगेन. ये स्क्रू को लीजिए, नीचे से इसको लॉक करिए. कीप स्पिनिंग इट टिल द टाइम इट कम्स आउट. ये बाहर आ गया. नाउ दिस स्क्रू डायरेक्टली हैज टू अटैच at the bottom of your GoTo mount or directly on the EQ latitude base. In this case, we will now take directly the EQ latitude base. इसको लॉक करते हैं. ये लॉक हो गया. अब ये जो पार्ट था ना, पेयर का टॉप पार्ट, ये वापस अंदर चले जाएगा और ये साइड के 3 स्क्रू से उसको लॉक करिए. ये हो गया आपका AZ पेयर रेडी. उसके ऊपर EQ latitude base माउंट किया है. EQ latitude base will allow you to align your GoTo mount to the North Pole. North Pole पे alignment के लिए they have already given a latitude range over here where you can tilt your equatorial mount, your entire latitude equatorial mount to your degree, to your angle of degree. मुंबई में 19 degrees है, दिल्ली में कुछ और रहेगा, बैंगलोर में कुछ और रहेगा. You can align, you can change the latitude of your equatorial mount to your North Star latitude as per your city. Now let's fit this on the tripod. ये मेरा tripod है. Directly put it on the top. ये hole और ये screw match करिए. That's it. ये हो गया. Good to go. अभी ये जो finder अपना dovetail base का जो bracket है, ये dovetail base के bracket पे I will directly now attach this dovetail plate that is coming with the Skywatcher AZ-GTI Mount on this EQ latitude base. Side से लीजिए. Sorry, it's like this. अंदर insert करिए. Allen की से ये side पे screw को lock करिए. And you are done. Now, my wire, I'll connect the wire to the EQ AZ mount. नीचे से connect कर दिया. Power on, yes, I have current. I'll turn it off right now. Take your shaft. GoTo mount के नीचे यहाँ पे एक hole है. Insert it over there. Well, let me remove the counterweight. Actually, it's a little heavy. सीधा shaft लीजिए, अंदर डालिए. Shaft ready. Shaft fit हो गया. शाफ्ट के नीचे का स्क्रू निकाल दीजिए काउंटरवेट फिट करने के लिए. टेक योर काउंटरवेट. Remember, you may need additional counterweights, or that all depends, the number of counterweights or the weight of the counterweight attached to the GoTo mount will depend directly on the weight of the telescope tube that you are mounting on top. ये मैंने लॉक कर दिया नीचे से स्क्रू. ये इसलिए इंपॉर्टेंट है ताकि अगर मेरा काउंटरवेट गलती से लूज हो और नीचे गिरे तो यहाँ पे लॉक हो जाए, ज़्यादा आगे नीचे की तरफ स्लाइड ना हो. ओके, ये मेरा स्क्रू लॉक्ड. अब आते हैं डायरेक्टली टेलीस्कोप को इसके ऊपर, इसके फाइंडर शू के, सॉरी, इसके डवटेल ब्रैकेट के ऊपर लॉक करने की बारी. टेक योर, इन दिस केस आई एम टेकिंग द Celestron 130 Astromaster telescope and directly mounting it on the GoTo mount. डवटेल प्लेट लीजिए, स्लाइड फिट है, पुट इट इनसाइड और यहां साइड से लॉक करिए. The GoTo mount is ready. Okay. Now you have to make sure for every GoTo mount, मैंने पीछे के वीडियोस, मैंने पहले के वीडियोस में भी एक्सप्लेन किया है, zero balancing is very very important in any GoTo mount. Take your, once you mount your telescope, इसका both horizontal RA और deck axis balancing is very very crucial. ये देखिए, I am trying to balance it right now. See what's happening right now is there is more weight of the telescope than the counterweight. यहाँ पे दिख रहा है आपको? When I'm leaving it, it's dropping. So what I will now do is I will move my counterweight. I will open the screw again and add the second counterweight. If the counterweights are not proportionate to the weight of the telescope tube, तो आपके GoTo mount के gears में stress आएगा और आपका GoTo mount का gears भी खराब होगा और GoTo mount भी खराब हो जाएगा. Take your screw again, put it back on the top so that the counterweights don't slide out. ये हो गया. अब बैलेंसिंग करके देखते हैं. Much better, पहले से बेटर है. थोड़ा और भार ले लेते हैं. There you go. अभी भी थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम है. There is still a little more weight over here. तो क्या करना पड़ेगा? As per the telescope or the equipment that you load, you will require accessories. इसको वापस खोलिए. काउंटरवेट को अंदर की तरफ स्लाइड करता हूं. Carefully see what I'm doing. I have the counterweight shaft का मेरे पास एक extension shaft है. The extension shaft will further increase the length of the shaft. I am now fitting the shaft over here. ये मेरा shaft fit हो गया. मेरा counterweight का shaft अभी ज़्यादा extend हो रहा है बाहर की तरफ. I'm again taking my screws, locking it with a washer. अब देखिए. Now I can move my counterweight all the way to the front. अब देखते हैं बैलेंसिंग करके. परफेक्ट. बैलेंसिंग का मतलब ये होता है, जीरो बैलेंसिंग का मतलब ये होता है कि मैं टेलीस्कोप को कोई भी एंगल में या कोई भी डायरेक्शन में रखूं, वो टेलीस्कोप वहां पे लॉक होना चाहिए. इट शुड स्टे फर्म इन दैट पोजीशन. आई कैन पुट इट इन एनी पोजीशन आई वांट. अभी ये देखिए, आपका एक बैलेंसिंग हो गया, पर ये सेकंड ट्यूब बैलेंसिंग अभी भी बाकी है. Now when I'm leaving the tube, it is dropping this side. Why? Because the weight of the mirror is more on this side than over here. So what we will do is, in order for us to distribute the weight, ये टेलीस्कोप को थोड़ा सा आगे शिफ्ट करते हैं. ट्यूब रिंग्स को अनलॉक करिए थोड़ा सा and start shifting. That's it. I think it's done. थोड़ा सा ही किया मैंने. Try again. Perfect. Perfect. हो गया. Perfect. This is called zero balancing. Very, very crucial for each and every GoTo mount. Please remember to do this. अब टाइम आता है ये GoTo mount को पावर अप करने का और इसको यूज करने का. This works on a mobile application called the SynScan GoTo app. I will now show you on my screen how to start the GoTo app and how to control the GoTo mount. This is my mobile screen. Let's go to the SynScan app. यहाँ पे SynScan app मैंने लोड किया. I have to now click on the connect button on the top. It's searching. Sorry, device not found. I have to start my Wi-Fi, go to my Wi-Fi and connect to the SynScan GoTo mount, which is here. ऊपर से fourth, I'm clicking on it. It's connecting. Connect. It says connected without the internet. That's fine. Okay. Now this is my SynScan app. I click on the connect button on the top. It's searching for the IP and it is now automatically connected. I can now increase the speed. I can now increase the speed of the GoTo mount using the arrow keys on the top left and the right. I'm now clicking on 9. I'm going at the highest possible speed and now I will control the GoTo mount with the arrow keys. Let's begin. You can now see the GoTo mount moving the telescope. There you go. Axis को lock करिए. Now to function. You can use this GoTo mount not only in an automatic mode but even in a manual mode, where I can control the movement of the telescope using my arrow keys. I can point the telescope to the object in the sky and continuously track it. Now आपके screen पे है ऊपर के controls. One is called the alignment, one is the star button, one is the deep space object catalog button, one is the utility user object and settings menu. In order for you to use any kind of GoTo mount, 3-star alignment is a very, very important process, a very, very important step. Once you get your telescope mounted, your GoTo ready, you have to follow through the alignment procedure, get your 3-star alignment done. Once your 3-star alignments are done, then your GoTo functionality is active. You can now point your telescope to hundreds of galaxies, clusters, nebulae, planets. You can capture photographs and you can share it with your friends and family. The Celestron AstroMaster, in this case, the telescope that I've mounted on the GoTo mount, the Celestron AstroMaster is not an astrophotography telescope, but yes, आप Celestron AstroMaster 130 से sun के photographs खींच सकते हो using a solar filter. You can capture images of planets, and you can capture images of the moon. Galaxies, clusters and nebulae की photography, Celestron AstroMaster 130 is not designed for deep space objects. Why? Because this is not a prime focus ready telescope, my friends. Prime focus ready telescopes are different breed of telescope. They are different astrophotography kind of telescopes. This is a pure visual astronomy basic telescope which a lot of people have, and a lot of people, they want to convert their AstroMaster 130 into an automatic telescope to enjoy the wonders of the sky. Now I will now show you different types of telescope that you can mount on this particular GoTo mount, starting with the SV Bony 70 and 80 mm high quality ED Refractor telescopes which are designed for astrophotography. मेरे सामने है SV Bony का 70 mm ED Refractor telescope and the 80 mm ED Refractor telescope. दोनों का वजन अंदाज से this is approximately 2.5 kilos in weight and this is approximately 3 kilos in weight. They both are within the payload capacity of this GoTo mount, which means that you can easily take your SV Bony 70 or 80 mm ED telescope, mount it on the telescope, mount it on the GoTo mount. Connect your DSLR camera and you can start professional astrophotography with this telescope. I am going to be connecting my Canon camera to show you how it works. Directly take your DSLR camera. You can attach various professional filters to the DSLR camera and to the telescope. This telescope is designed for pure professional astrophotography. This is an ED telescope. EDs are the highest quality lenses that are available in the world. They are called extra low dispersion lenses. They give you extremely high contrast when you capture images of galaxies, clusters and nebulae without any color aberration. This is how you can connect your DSLR camera to the SV Bony telescope, and once again control your telescope with the SynScan app. Connect. Yes, it's connected. Now every time you change your telescope on the GoTo mount, balancing is very very important. As I said earlier, in this case मैंने सीधा telescope लिया और सीधा fix कर दिया उसके ऊपर, balancing तो किया ही नहीं है. Okay, now let's unlock the axis. एक axis यहाँ से unlock होता है, ये axis यहाँ से unlock होता है. Now let's see the balancing of the telescope. Is the balancing correct? It's actually not correct. The weight is more on the counterweight side. We can reduce one counterweight. I can feel the stress. क्योंकि टेलीस्कोप का वजन कम है, you can reduce one counterweight. Shaft निकाल दीजिए. I'm taking a heavier counterweight this side. And you lock it. I think that'll be more than enough. No, still need a little more weight. There you go. It's perfectly balanced right now, पर मेरा tube balancing complete नहीं हुआ है. But my telescope is balanced horizontally very well, but not the tube. There you go. And it looks balanced. Perfect. And you can now start controlling your GoTo mount the same way you were controlling the Celestron AstroMaster 130 telescope. This is a precision tracker. It will allow you to take long exposure photographs. As I said earlier, it even comes with a shutter control cable that directly connects to your DSLR camera to your GoTo mount. You can control the shutter of your DSLR camera via the application itself. To avoid this will help you avoid touching the camera at the time of astrophotography sessions, or at the time of when your shutter is already exposed and capturing images or capturing light from space. You are not supposed to touch it at all. You can directly stop the shutter or close the shutter or shut the shutter using your application. Now I will now take another Mach 127 telescope and mount it on the same GoTo mount to show you the intercompatibility of this mount with multiple variants of telescopes. I have now connected the Explore Scientific 127mm Mach telescope with a focal length of 1900mm on this particular GoTo mount. I am now directly controlling the telescope with my mobile application. There you go. Perfect. It's working perfectly well. मैंने पूरा telescope assemble नहीं किया. The finder scope is still missing. I haven't done everything. This is just a demo of how multiple variants of telescopes can work on the Skywatcher AZ mount. I have now mounted the Explore Scientific 102 doublet refractor telescope that basically comes with a nano mount and a simple tripod. This is a visual astronomy telescope designed for galaxies, clusters, nebulae observation and planetary observation, but does not come with a GoTo mount. For your benefit, I have now shown you how to use the Explore Scientific 102 and directly mount it on a GoTo mount and now take professional astrophotographs with this particular telescope. A lot of my customers, a lot of Tejraj company's customers have acquired the Explore Scientific 102mm refractor telescope. They have bought professional GoTo mounts like the Skywatcher AZ-GTI Mount, connected their DSLR cameras and taken some stunning photographs out of this particular telescope. Initially, when they bought these telescopes, when they bought the particular telescope and when they gave me their plan of mounting it on a GoTo mount, I was very skeptical. I told them that the telescope may not give the result because it is not designed for astrophotography, but my clients proved me wrong. They have taken exceptional photographs and they're uploaded on my website. Check out my website, tejraj.com. Go to the Explore Scientific section. Inside that section, you will find the Explore Scientific 102-600 product. Click on the product page and see the kind of photographs captured from the Explore Scientific 102, all mounted on a GoTo mount. Without a GoTo mount, without equatorial precision tracking, you cannot capture any kind of deep space objects. For deep space astrophotography, you need long exposures. Long exposures is only possible when your telescope is perfectly aligned to your north and south axis and it is precisely tracking objects in the sky. ये था हमारा आज का demo of the Skywatcher AZ-GTI mount. We have mounted multiple variations of telescopes, from a telescope that ranges 2 kilos to 2.5, 3 kilos, another 3 kilos, and the Celestron Astromaster 130 AZ, which is also around 2.8 or 3 kilos. Please remember, my friends, once again I'm repeating, the GoTo mount's payload capacity is only 5 kilos. The GoTo mount does not come with a counterweight shaft and counterweights. You have to buy them separately. The GoTo mount does not come with the AZ pier. You have to buy it separately. The GoTo mount does not come with the Skywatcher tripod. You have to buy them separately. You may need an additional counterweight depending on what telescope you are mounting. Zero balancing is absolutely necessary. Without zero balancing, your GoTo mount may malfunction. The gears inside can get worn and torn and get spoiled. Please make sure you do your zero balancing perfectly well. I hope you guys have liked this video. My name is Darshan Patel. I'm from Tejraj Company. My website address is www.tejraj.com and my WhatsApp contact is 9833974700. Contact me on WhatsApp. Ask me questions. We will reply back to you. We are always live on WhatsApp. We are chatting with our customers almost 24 hours in a day. Get back to me on WhatsApp. Log on to your cell phone. Get back to you on WhatsApp. Tell me what telescope you have. I can guide you whether you can convert your manual telescope into a professional GoTo mount and take your astronomy journey forward. I hope you guys have liked the video. Please like us and subscribe. Thank you very much. Goodbye.